The Archbishop Raymond G. Hunthausen Outstanding Service Award recognizes a student who embodies the Jesuit ideal of being a person for and with others through service to both the university community and the greater community beyond campus. Daniel Fernandez Tamayo is the recipient of the 2024 Raymond G. Hunthausen Astounding Service Award. I invite Daniel to join me on stage. Today, Daniel will receive his degree from the Doctor of Nursing Practice program. Daniel served 2 terms as president and chair of the Graduate Student Council, our student government for graduate students. In this role, he was a strong advocate for mental health resources, founded conference and reimbursement grants for graduate students, and raised the profile of the graduate organization, doing all of this while working full-time as a nurse. Currently, he works as a critical care nurse fellow and psychiatric mental health nurse. His doctoral project, a program evaluation of a telehealth service for college students, weaves his academic leadership and professional interests together. After completing the nurse practitioner board exam, his plans include working in populations that are typically underserved and underrepresented, and participating in medical missions in other countries to provide preventative health care. Please join me in honoring Daniel Fernandez Tamayo as our Graduate Hunthausen Award recipient. And now Daniel will deliver the Valedictorian address.
Good evening, President Penjalver, Provost Martin, faculty and staff, guests, and graduates of the 2024. I am truly humbled and grateful for this privilege to speak today and represent you all on stage as we recognize the truly outstanding work of this graduating class. As I prepared for this address, I thought of ways to capture what I've learned during these past 4 years in a span of 4 minutes. Then the inspiration hit me. So, in the spirit of Jesuit learning, I present to you my final student reflection. In reflecting on my graduate career, in both successes and trials, I uncovered 3 main lessons from my experience. Lesson 1, learn to embrace challenges. Perseverance and resiliency do not equate to perfection. Like many of you, when I started my graduate program, I was nervous. I was working full-time, missing time with my family and friends, and missing my valuable sleep. And yet we made the decision to enroll. During the first year of my grad program, we were required to take a licensure exam called the NCLEX. After months of preparing and studying with my fellow classmates, I will admit that I did not pass the exam the first time. Distraught, I reevaluated whether nursing was for me. Was I really meant to be a nurse? Was I really meant to be in this program? Was I really deserving of this position? Perseverance and resiliency is making meaning from our mistake, our trials, and committing to self-improvement. Lesson 2, serve and grow where you are planted. You will never know where you will be needed. Fortunately, I did pass the licensure exam, but in the back of my mind, I still had internal doubts and questioned whether nursing was for me. A month later, I was on a plane to Vegas, and I remember looking out the window, and I was drafting up a backup plan just in case nursing didn't work out. Not even 30 minutes into the flight, a voice interrupted my thoughts, and I heard the infamous phrase, "Is there a healthcare provider on board the aircraft?" As a newly licensed nurse with very limited experience, I was extremely hesitant, so I just sat in my seat and waited for a more qualified provider to come up. A doctor, a dentist, a veterinarian, just anyone who was more qualified than I was. A minute later, the flight attendant repeated, "Seriously, is there a nurse on board?" I conjured up all my textbook knowledge and my virtual simulation experience and offered my assistance to a passenger who was experiencing chest pain. Thankfully, the passenger recovered. You can probably say that my first job was a traveling flight nurse. Finding opportunities for self-growth and being open to serving others gives us the opportunity to finding our purpose, which brings me to my third and last lesson. Commit to your purpose and your mission. Oftentimes, we deal with feelings of being an imposter. What if I'm not good enough? What if I'm not deserving enough? What if I'm not worthy of it? Our graduation today is a testament to the many things we can accomplish through our perseverance and our dedication. I represent all your family and friends who are up here in the bleachers and those who could not be with us tonight in saying to you directly, we are proud of you. You are deserving of the recognitions for all the sacrifices you have made to get to this point of your career and educational journey. Whenever you feel like your limitations are stopping you from achieving your future endeavors, just remember these 3 lessons. Know and commit to your purpose. Love and embrace challenges, and serve where you are needed. As we go across the stage tonight, we proudly honor the sacrifices and the commitment from our friends, families, and communities that have supported us. United with the mission of Seattle University, this graduation ceremony is a symbol of our duty as humble servant leaders to advocate for justice for all people. We acknowledge that this is a time of ongoing tensions, sufferings, and systemic injustice. This is a call for all of us to challenge our social and internal biases. It is a daunting task, but remember that this privilege entrusted to us tonight empowers us to transform our lives from indifference to a faithful commitment to restorative justice and equity. We have the opportunity to change the world, to change the unjust institutions and social structures that exploit the poor, the vulnerable, and the oppressed. This is an opportunity for all of us to lead by example, to work together, to empower each other, to heal and uplift our communities. Let us continue to work together, holding on to our mission and our values as we remain vigilant and hopeful for a future that is just and humane, for a future that is whole, and a future we are creating together. Thank you.